In this video, I'm going to show you where you can find all 107 wisps across all the maps in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, finding all these wisps is something that you actually need to do to finish the game because it allows you access to the final Pokemon you'll need for your Pokédex to get access to Arceus, and this Pokemon is Spiritomb. So before I show you all the locations, where we are right now is in Jubilife Village. This is where it all starts with your first wisp by this girl right over here. When you speak to her, you can actually find out how many wisps you still need, like 1 in Jubilife Village, 3 in Obsidian Fields, 8 in Crimson Mirelands, etc., so that you can know which areas you're complete with and how many you need in certain places. Now, there is a trick to finding wisps, and that is by doing it at night, because when you do it during daytime, the wisps are very, very hard to see. You have to almost be standing next to them for them to appear. But however, if you actually set your time by going to the camp and setting it to nightfall, you'll actually be able to see them from miles away, like this one over here, which was just a little spot in the distance, as you can see right over here. So do this at nighttime all the time, and you'll be able to find all the wisps at all the locations I'm about to show you. So to explain, these are maps here. This one is of Jubilife Village. As you can see, there are 7 wisps for you to collect. These red little dots across the map are where they are located. I do recommend doing this at nighttime because it will be easier to find them, but this one's quite simple. And here's the map for Obsidian Fieldlands with all the red dots as wisp locations. So go fly from each point to each point. I do recommend having a path and flying and checking every single one, like doing this. It takes about like 15 to 20 minutes. If the sun starts coming up, you might want to go back to camp and set it back to nighttime so you can catch the last few. And here is the Crimson Mirelands. You can search for all the wisps at the red locations. There's no specific hard to get ones here, which I'm going to explain for other maps later on, but this one's quite straightforward. You just follow along the red dots. I took this path over here. It was the easiest and the quickest, and you just catch them. You'll see them at night. They stick up really easy. Moving on to all the wisps in Cobalt Coastlands. Most of them are actually on islands further away from the mainland. As you can see, you'll see a bunch of them are out in sea. They're actually on small little islands. I took this path over here to best get all of them along in one route, just to make sure if you haven't missed any along the way. Like sometimes you're just missing 1 or 2. You're going to have to do this whole path just to make sure. Alright, so here is the WISP map for Coronet Highlands. Now, there is something you should know right at the beginning over here on this part of the map. There will be some caves, and some of the WISPs will actually be in these caves, especially this one right near Heaven's Ward Lookout at the beginning of the map, and there might be one in the Proverbial Grotto over here on the map. I'm not sure if it was in the cave or not, but you can also break the rock that's blocking the cave by throwing a Pokemon at it. If you didn't know you could do that, you can actually throw Pokemon at the rocks to break the rocks to open up the caves. And this was the route that I flew along, searching for all the WISP locations in the most logical way possible, and yeah. And for the final map, Alabaster Icelands, you will have to actually go to all these red locations to check for the wisps. There are also some underground because there's a few cave systems in the game. There is definitely one. I'm not sure if it's the only one, but you will have to check around because I can't remember if there was a second one. But just check all the locations. If there is a cave, just go in the cave and check. This is the route that I followed to find all the wisps across Alabaster Icelands, including my final one. And now that you finally have all 107 of the wisps, it's time to finish your quest and get Spiritomb. So head back to Jubilife Village. We're going to head across here to the pasture area to the girl who's standing next to the tree. When you speak to her, she'll update your quest and send you to the Crimson Mirelands. Before you do anything, you're going to want to set the time to nightfall because this will only work at night. You can also track the quest, number 22, Eerie, Apparitions in the Night. The location we're going to here is right by the Shrouded Ruins on this location on the map. You'll be flying to this rock over here. Some talking will take place that I'll let you experience by yourself, but Spiritomb will appear at the end and you'll get to capture it. And this will be one of the last few Pokemon you're probably needing for your Pokédex at this time to unlock access to Arceus. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching.